Hey, happy campers, Todd here, Great American RV Superstores. Today we want to talk about a quick tip, 12-volt system. How important is our 12-volt system to our unit? And a couple of little small troubleshooting tips if you ever have any issues. So 12-volt system on a camper is so important. Compare it to your car. If you have a bad battery in your car, it's not going to start. You have a bad battery in your RV, a lot of your unit's not going to work. It's important to make sure to start with that battery is maintained properly. You can refer to one of our other videos that talks about battery maintenance if you want to get into that. But essentially today we're just going to talk about what is our 12-volt system and what all does it operate, where can we identify our fuse panel. Our 12-volt system can operate our appliances such as our furnace, our air conditioner, our refrigerator. All these items have 12-volt circuit boards, so they need that good 12 volts to operate. They also operate our slide outs, they operate our awnings, our interior lights, our radio. So it's a lot more than what you think because the list just goes on and on. That's why it's so important that 12 volts is functioning properly. If the battery is our main source for our 12 volts, it's going to start from there and it's going to come back to our fuse panel located over here. We're also going to have some other 12 volt locations as far as resettable breakers and everything for our slide outs that can be located elsewhere in other compartments as well. So don't think that this is the only place we're going to find our 12-volt fuses. Let's start with just our interior panel here. We can see that we have some blade fuses, and if the fuse is bad on these newer boards, a red light is going to light up next to it, just like this one here as we pull this fuse out, and that helps identify if that fuse is blown or not. So it's a quick sign that we have a problem initially from here. That fuse blown, it's not making it to whatever appliance or fixture that we're trying to operate. So throwing another fuse in there could fix the problem, but if it blows right away or whenever you actually go to initiate that component, you need to bring it into a service station and have the wiring and component checked out to see if maybe we have a short somewhere. So let's talk about fuse identification. Here we can see we have regular blade fuses, and then we also have kind of an oddball black fuse in here. This black fuse right here is a resettable fuse, and its intent is to trip after it's heated up too much, and then it'll reset after it cools off, and you'll be able to use that appliance again. That's not too often that you have to replace one of those, but your blade fuses, those are a one-time use. If they are ever burnt out, then you have to throw another one in there. On travel trailers, your location is going to be found on the front hitch area right behind where your propane tanks are. Sometimes they may have a compartment in the front, but generally you're going to see a box like this with the wires coming out. If you follow that wiring, it'll lead to a resettable breaker on either side of the frame in most cases. You may also find a blade fuse up here in the front. Most of the time that is for your front tongue jack. So on fifth wheels, most common location is in the front cargo bin near your kingpin or on the side compartments. The fuses are going to be found near where the battery is located. You also see your disconnects, another manual type resettable breaker. So like I said, it starts with the battery and then it's going to feed out to your disconnects and your resettable breakers. Your resettable breakers are automatic resettable breakers. They are going to reset on their own. If they're overheated, they trip out. Once they cool down, they'll reset, and then you can try to activate that device again. But if it's an immediate or constant reset, you need to bring the unit into service to find out if there's issue with that resettable breaker, the component or wiring, and so forth. You also have a manual type reset over here that you actually have to come and click that lever in the event that it is ever tripped. Your disconnects are exactly what they say. They disconnect that 12-volt system. You want to use this for storage if you're ever not plugged in whenever you go to store your unit. That way your batteries don't deplete. So your charging system works off of 110 volts. If you're not plugged into a 50, 30 amp or a 15 amp service, then your charging system isn't going to work. Your battery can't recharge without that exterior voltage. So we want to make sure that you're plugged in, and then you can go over to your battery, check and make sure that it's up over 13 volts and that it's charging. and that'll let you know that that battery is being maintained at that time. So I hope this video has helped you understand your 12-volt system a little better and be able to quickly identify if there's an issue with it. Want to make sure that you watch that battery maintenance video. It's very important. Like I said, 12 volts is so important to this entire system, and it all comes from your battery. That battery is bad, you're not going to have a good 12-volt system. It's going to make your charging system work overtime, and then that's going to be a bad component before long as well. So check all this out, educate yourself, and thanks for watching our videos here at Great American RV Superstores, where we bring the how-to you. Making memories.